Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Triple H leaving WWE to make a point following return of major executive was possible, says ex-employee. Triple H, or Paul Levesque, has been at the core of WWE's resurgence over the last decade, responsible for bringing a new wave of talent and innovative storytelling to the company, especially through his work with NXT. However, recent developments in WWE's corporate structure have led to an intriguing situation. According to a former WWE employee, there was a real possibility that Triple H could have left WWE to make a point after a major executive's return. This revelation raises questions about the potential friction at the executive level and sheds light on the dynamics at play within WWE's upper echelons. Triple H's influence within WWE has been undeniable. Known for his passion for wrestling, he was instrumental in creating and running NXT, a development brand that produced some of WWE's top stars, including Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Sasha Banks, and Kevin Owens. Under his leadership, NXT grew from a small developmental territory into a global powerhouse that rivaled WWE's main roster in terms of popularity and critical acclaim. Triple H's booking style emphasized wrestling quality, long-term storytelling, and a unique blend of indie talent and WWE-trained superstars. As a wrestler, he held numerous championships and main-evented WrestleManias, but his influence behind the scenes was a step towards something even more impactful. Fans, colleagues, and industry insiders alike began seeing him as the likely successor to Vince McMahon's wrestling empire. When Vince McMahon briefly retired in 2022, Triple H's takeover of WWE's creative direction marked a shift in the company's direction. His booking style was well received by fans who longed for storytelling centered on wrestling fundamentals, and it became clear that he wanted to move WWE in a new creative direction. His work also brought cohesion across WWE's products, resulting in better in-ring quality and consistent character development. Through Vince McMahon's return in 2023, things started to shift again. McMahon's return came at a crucial time as WWE explored a potential sale, which ultimately led to the company's acquisition by Endeavor and a merger with the UFC to create TKO Group Holdings. The merger meant that WWE would have to adjust to a new corporate structure and hierarchy. For the first time, the once family-run WWE would become a cog in a much larger corporate entity. McMahon's influence naturally grew with this merger, but it created uncertainty for WWE employees, including Triple H. According to insiders, Triple H initially retained control of creative decisions despite McMahon's return, but McMahon's presence loomed large. Rumors began circulating that McMahon was, at times, exerting influence over creative directions that Triple H had already set in motion. This conflict between the old and new visions for WWE was a challenging balancing act, with Triple H reportedly advocating for a more wrestling-centered product, while McMahon maintained his focus on sports entertainment and big names. With these pressures mounting, the idea of Triple H stepping away from WWE became a real possibility, at least according to one former employee who was close to the situation. The employee suggested that Triple H felt increasingly sidelined, as his vision for WWE and his contributions to NXT were overshadowed by corporate reshuffles and executive power struggles. The possible return of certain executives only added to the tension. When high-profile executives from Vince's era re-entered the fold post-merger, it was perceived by some as a potential step backward from the wrestling-centered approach that Triple H had worked tirelessly to build. With WWE's future creative direction uncertain, the former employee hinted that Triple H considered leaving to make a statement, emphasizing that he wouldn't compromise his vision for wrestling. Leaving the company would have sent a clear message about his dedication to the wrestling business and his dissatisfaction with the direction WWE was heading. Fans quickly noticed a tonal shift in WWE programming after McMahon's return. Certain storytelling decisions, abrupt changes in character direction, and what appeared to be rushed feuds seemed reminiscent of the older McMahon booking style. This return of old tendencies alarmed fans, especially those who had been excited about Triple H's leadership and the more wrestling-centric style he championed. Rumors began circulating that Triple H wasn't happy with these changes, and the online wrestling community speculated about how long he would stay if things didn't improve. Social media discussions became rampant with theories about Triple H potentially leaving WWE to work with other promotions like AEW, or even starting his own company. While these theories may have been extreme, they captured fans' anxieties about a post-merger WWE where Triple H's influence seemed to be fading. The fact that someone as influential as Triple H might leave underscored just how turbulent things had become within WWE's executive structure. The potential loss of Triple H would have been a blow not only to WWE, but to the industry as a whole. NXT, which he built almost from the ground up, remains a lasting testament to his impact on professional wrestling. With its distinct black and gold branding and hard-hitting matches, NXT captured fans who craved an alternative to WWE's main roster style. His vision for NXT was a proving ground for wrestlers, a space where they could develop before transitioning to Raw or SmackDown, ensuring WWE's future stars were well prepared. Triple H's influence also extended beyond the ring. His emphasis on scouting indie talents brought many renowned wrestlers into WWE. Figures like Finn Balor, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Sami Zayn became cornerstones of WWE's roster, and without his vision, these talents may never have reached the WWE stage. This approach left an indelible mark, as Triple H's understanding of the wrestling industry and his connections to the independent scene made WWE feel more in touch with the fanbase and its diverse tastes. Triple H's rumored consideration of leaving WWE raises critical questions about WWE's creative future and the direction it will take under TKO Group Holdings. As WWE continues to expand globally and merge with UFC under Endeavor's leadership, the need for clarity around creative control remains. WWE's balance between sports entertainment and pure wrestling has always been a defining factor in its identity, but it also creates tension between what audiences want and what executives prioritize. In the post-merger era, it's likely that the tug-of-war between McMahon's sports entertainment model and Triple H's wrestling-first approach will continue, especially with Triple H reportedly staying on despite earlier uncertainties. However, should the environment in WWE's upper management change in a way that stifles Triple H's vision entirely, the possibility of him leaving could become a reality. If that day comes, it will undoubtedly shake WWE to its core, forcing fans to reckon with what kind of product they want WWE to be. While Triple H ultimately stayed, at least for now, his loyalty to WWE could face future tests as the company moves further into the world of corporate mergers and executive reshuffles. His passion for wrestling and commitment to a wrestling-centered product have been apparent throughout his tenure, but corporate politics can alter even the best intentions. Fans will undoubtedly be keeping a close eye on WWE's programming, reading between the lines to discern whether Triple H's influence remains intact or whether McMahon's vision has once again taken center stage. The former employee's revelation that Triple H could have left WWE speaks volumes about the current state of the company. In an era where wrestling is becoming more diverse and global, Triple H represents a new direction that appeals to a generation of fans who want quality wrestling and storylines they can invest in. Only time will tell if WWE's current direction aligns with this vision, or if the company will revert to the tried-and-true methods of the past. For now, fans can only hope that Triple A's influence remains strong enough to guide WWE through this transformative period and toward a future that respects both the traditions of wrestling and the demands of a modern fan base.